This is David Kozich, Chief Spiritual Officer for the LoveMakers Foundation. The topic of today's love message is love is the path, love should be the path. Today I've come to ignite the flame of love in your heart, in your soul, in your mind, in every cell, in every synapse, in your body, mind, heart, and soul. Today, it's about love, and that love is the path. And the path I recommend, the path that you should follow if you want to be, the happiest you can be, if you want to live in joy, if you want to live in peace, you want to be calm, you want to spread love. Love is the path. Love should be the path. And I think if you look at the greatest spiritual leaders of our time, whether it be Gandhi, Jesus, Martin Luther King, some of my favorites, love was their path. Love is their path. Their paths of love resonate to today's world, in today's very difficult world. Whether it be an outbreak of a virus, a contentious political situation, auto accidents, the death of loved ones. Love is the way. Love will take you to where you're going to go. And I believe that love of God and God's love for you is actually the most powerful force in the world. But really what it comes down to is that once you decide to be love and live in love, and to give away your love freely and without expectation, and to give it away, your life will soon show amazing results, and you will become one with the Creator, one with yourself, and just live in love. And that was paraphrased from John Robbins, son of the founder of Baskin-Robbins. A little paraphrased situation there. But the key is, once you follow the path of love, just start giving love. Just start being love. Just start enjoying life. Observe life. Don't judge. Observe. It doesn't mean not to have normal emotions. What it means is just be yourself. Be your true self. Find your true self. And you can make a decision to start to live in love. And I'll give you an example. And this is on January 26th of 2020, Kobe Bryant and the other passengers were killed in a tragic plane crash in Calabasas, California, in the fog. Now, one metaphor for that is if there had been daylight and you could see, perhaps that wouldn't have happened. In fact, it probably would not have happened. But I'm going to talk a little bit about Kobe Bryant, and I want to just give my prayers and love, as I've already done in our special LoveMakers video earlier this week. Just a shout out and a prayer of love to God and to the families and to the victims' families and to the victims themselves. May God be with you. You shall live in love infinitely and forevermore. Not only in our hearts, but in the hearts of the cosmos, in the hearts of all. But I want to talk a little bit about Kobe Bryant. Because, when do you make a decision to really decide that you're going to be love? I'm going to take you back and just talk a little bit about a story. In around 2003-2004, Kobe was accused of a crime with a young woman. Felony charges were brought. And again, no actual crime was theoretically committed because that was settled. Those charges were dropped for whatever reason. I believe the alleged victim was decided not to testify. There was a civil settlement. But it's not that situation. Kobe obviously recovered from that. That year in Lakers land was difficult. I think they went to the championship and things fell apart in the finals. But what I want to talk about is I believe what I believe, and I've had the pleasure of talking to Kobe a couple of times in my life, but let me use my intuition here. But what I believed happened from that particular incident is that Kobe Bryant made a decision. And that decision was to live in love. Obviously, there was the forgiveness. His wife, Vanessa, had to forgive him. Society, in a way, had to forgive him. He had to be forgiven. But I believe that he made a decision to live in love. And so what happened from 2004 to the time of his passing? What happened is he had a few more children. His family situation was amazing. And the interesting thing is that when people talk about Kobe Bryant, they don't necessarily talk just about his basketball skills, which were transcendent. No, they talk about the love he had for his family. The pictures you see with his daughter, the late Gianna Bryant, his 13-year-old daughter who was also killed in the crash, you see love, you feel love. You see a father, a daughter. Kobe loved his family. That's what comes up. If you look at his video of the Muse, love of family. If you look at everything it is, love of family, love of the game. I believe he made a decision to live in love. And then people will speak of him and remember him and feel him for the rest of time. It'll be about how he was a family man, how he loved his family, and how he lived in love. Lived in love. And in my own life, I know that. At one point, I had lost my family, my house, no job. I never thought it was through any fault of my own. It's just what happens in life sometimes. Things don't go your way. But there, at that moment, I remember the exact moment. It was around May 26th or 7th in 2010. And I remember that at that time, I had lost literally everything. But I made a decision. I made a decision to help the world ignite the light of love. And it was only a matter of time before I came to the forefront. And I looked at the leadership of this world. And I know absolutely that I am love, that you are love. And that LoveMakers is going to help lead this world to love. Because love is the way. And I know that love is infinite. Love will connect you to your true self. Now, when you live in love, things are always going to be perfect. What I recommend, it doesn't mean you can't achieve your goals. Kobe Bryant was living in love, but he still wanted to win more championships. He still wanted to do things in his career, which he did. Lead to, that's a basketball association and scoring. But that's not the key. The key is bring your purpose to live in love. At one point, I forgot, what I was. It seemed like things were not going well for me. But then I realized, no, I am a success. Why? Because I'm living my purpose. To live in love, to be loved, to share love, to teach love, to behave in love, each and every moment of my life, no matter what happens. Things can get rocky, yes. But you will find almost a magical connection with your source, with yourself, with others. So today I urge you to follow the path of love. And that doesn't mean you're not going to accomplish your goals. You can still accomplish your material goals in this dimension. But I'm here to deliver truth to you, and that truth is love is the way. Love is going to help you through anything. If you do everything you can with love, if you love what you do, and again for me, I haven't always loved the jobs I've had or the situations I've been in, but guess what? I give them love and I make the most of them. Live in love. To follow the path to love, you have to look in your heart. And so as I close, I want you to look into your heart and let your energy from your heart emanate into your mind, body, and soul. And you will have an amazing connection. An amazing connection. God, we thank you for your infinite love and grace. We thank you for the power of love, for knowing that love is within us and that love connects to our sources. We also know that love, just because it's love, is the most powerful force in the world and shall transcend this dimension and go on through all of time. So it is. It is so. As Chief Spiritual Officer of the LoveMakers Foundation, I just want to encourage you, and we're looking for LoveMakers. The goal of the LoveMakers Foundation is to create a world where we have 7.7 billion, or each and every person as being a love maker, which means you're going to live in love. Do your best. All you do is to do a pledge, pay a small fee, and all you have to do is pledge to do your best to live in love, to give love, to be love, to share love, teach love, and live in love 24/7. It's a big task. It's a very big task. But we want you to become a love maker. And that doesn't mean you can still be a member of the church. You don't have to commit to being a love maker. That's what we want. Because just imagine if we had 10,000 people, or 100,000, or 1,000,000, 100 million people who individually believed in love. Our world would be different, wouldn't it? If people made love their priority, how they behaved, or how they accomplished their goals, or how they ran society. It would be amazing. People would be kind, compassionate. We can disagree. We can have elections where people disagree. We would have more honesty in the world. We would have a better world. We would look at our environment. We would look at other people. We would look at the needs of everyone and try and balance them out. But love is the way. Now, as part of the LoveMakers Foundation, we're just not about giving these messages, and we're going to connect the world in love. Just imagine if 100 million people are love makers and they're living in love, it's going to carry over. It carries over. And to be a love maker, once you're a love maker, you'll become a lifetime member of the LoveMakers Foundation. You get our 12 principles of love from the LoveMakers Foundation. You'll have substantial discounts for all of our trainings and all of our services, including weddings, funerals, memorial services, retreats, etc. And there'll be significant discounts. But we want to bring love to the world, and we want to train people to be love, because we want you to love yourself first. There's a process. You got to learn to love yourself. But once you do that, you can go and you can be love. For spiritual counseling, spiritual coaching, any prayer work, call us on our 800 number. I believe it's 877-711-0850. You can also email us. You look at our website is going to come up next week. I'm very excited. I think we have a February 7th website launch to 2020. So everything you need is going to be on the website as well. But call us, and we'll tell you how to become a love maker. Tell you what it means exactly. Love is the way.